Hello, welcome back. This is the third video now, if you're following your mock exam analysis program. This is the one about Hinduism. So in the real exam you're going to get a separate paper about Hinduism, and remember you get 1 hour 45 to do all 4 questions. There's 2 parts to each religion, beliefs and practices. So this one I'm going to do about the Hindu beliefs. Okay, so let's just get going, just do it. You know how it works by now, if you've been watching the others, hopefully you have. So, beliefs. Question 1. Which one of the following is one of the Trimurti? Put a tick to say the right answer. It is Shiva. 1 mark. Give 2 of the 4 Hindu aims of life. So you just have to give 2, so just write the words. 2 of them are Dharma, which means following your duty, and also, what's another one? Oh yeah, their ultimate aim, of course, is to get to moksha, which is like kind of being at one with Brahman. I don't know why I'm writing these extra bits. If you just write Dharma and moksha, you'll get 2 points, but I don't know, something. I'm just writing that just to help you really just know what I'm going on about. Because if you don't know what Dharma or moksha is, you might not understand why they're the right answer. Just out of interest, you could have had 2 other answers as well. Oh, I always spell one of them wrong. Arati and karma, which is spelt differently to other karma. Arati is like making a good living, an honest living in life, and karma, or kamo in that one, is enjoying the pleasures of life. But you only need 2, so just write Dharma and moksha and it's job done. On to the next question. Explain 2 ways in which a belief in karma influences the way that Hindus live their lives. So why does believing in karma influence the way that Hindus live their lives? Hopefully you know that karma is where you do actions and they have consequences, and it builds up good or bad karma depending on whether your actions are good or bad. So how would that influence the way that Hindus live their lives? And you've got to explain 2 ways. So one way is that it might... Oh, my handwriting is awful. It's because I just try and do it too quickly. It might make them carry out good actions, obviously. This is because you need to explain it to get your extra mark. This is because they want to build up good karma so that they can have a better life next time they reincarnate. It says there, don't write outside the box, but it's hard when you want to start a big word and you can't fit it all in. Right. What's the other way? What's another way in which belief in karma might influence their lives? Oh yeah. It might make them... what might it make them do? Oh yeah. Care more for other people and creatures. I need to give an example here so I can get an extra mark. Oh yeah, for example, if they believe in karma, they will be kind to animals and respect the environment. run out of space there, but I wanted to sort of say as well that it might make them treat animals because they think that a creature could be one of their relatives reincarnated or something like that. I'm sure that I'll probably still get 4 for that, so I'll just leave it. I can't be bothered. But if you do want to write extra bits, there's some extra space at the end of the thing, so you can always, if you're going to do that, just write the question. So if I wanted to add something to 101.3, when it says extra space, just write 01.3 and then just extend your answer if you want. So you know, you might say something more about the environment. So they will maybe not eat meat to respect other souls. Because, just in case this examiner was thinking of not giving me 4, because Brahman is present in all life. Right, I've written extra bits there and that. I'm definitely getting 4. Right, question 01.4 now is explain 2 Hindu teachings about the origin of the world. So origin is a bit of an annoying word. Some of you got a bit stuck on this, I think. Origin means where something comes from. Where does it originate? How did it get here? So you've got to explain 2 Hindu teachings about how the world got here. How did it get created? And you've got to refer to some sacred writings in your answer as well. So I always think try and refer to the sacred writings in the first bit, because then it just ticks it off in your mind, and you know that then if you go on to just explain 2 things, you're going to get all 5 marks. So I'm just going to say, in the Vedas, I'm sort of blagging it here, I don't really know which Veda it says this in, but the Vedas are a bunch of Hindu holy texts. I don't know which one says this, but I'm pretty sure that in the Vedas it says that at first there was nothing. A bit like the Christian creation story. Then all of a sudden, I don't know why I'm writing this dramatically, all of a sudden then, next, the spirit of Brahman I know this sounds a bit silly, a bit strange, but Brahman breathed out creation and brought all things into existence. It's not that different from the Christian creation story, really, because God said let there be stuff and then said it and then it was there. So it's just another way of saying that, really, that God had an idea and basically willed it into existence. So that's, you know, one way. That's one teaching about it, that there was nothing and Brahman brought all things into existence. For your other way, you could maybe talk about the Trimurti. Hindus believe in the Trimurti of 3 main gods. Brahma is the creator god. And gave existence to all things. And I might be going off the track here, but might as well say that Vishnu is preserving. Remember that Brahma's the creator, Vishnu's the preserver, and Shiva's the destroyer. So Vishnu is preserving creation and keeping it going and sustaining all life. I haven't really got any room to say anything else, but I don't really think I need to. Said about 2 things about where the world's come from. It's come from Brahman, more specifically the creator element of the Trimurti. Mentioned the Holy Scripture, and that's what it says in there, I'm pretty sure. So you're going to get 5 if you write that, I think. Right, on to the last one. This one feels like it's going really quickly. But any real exam, just keep an eye on the clock, and hopefully you won't lose track of time. Right, this question says, Sanatana Dharma rules the lives of all Hindus. Well, that's quite a big statement. It rules the lives of all Hindus. And you've got to say why that's true to support it, and then support a different point and make a conclusion. So, let's see. Well, Sanatana Dharma is that stuff we learnt about in, I think it's like the 4th lesson of Hindu beliefs. And it just had a big list of all things that Hindus have got to do. A list of their duties, I suppose. So, in a way, Sanatana Dharma kind of is Hinduism. It's a list of all the things that Hindus have got to do. So, I'm just going to write my first support paragraph to basically say that. So, I'll say, Sanatana Dharma is the main teachings, because Dharma means duty, remember, so Sanatana Dharma is the main teachings or duties of Hinduism. Go into a bit of detail and say it includes a key concept of ahimsa, which means loving kindness to all life, all creation, really. Sanatana Dharma, I can't remember how to write it, so I'm just going to say SD, encourages Hindus to be truthful and pure and follow teachings and duties to please God. I say please Brahman. It tells them to look after the environment, for example. I wish I could write better. It tells them to look after the environment, for example. I'm going to say something else, that it also overlaps with the yogas, with some of the 4 yogas. For example, Karma Yoga means carry out good actions. And Jnana Yoga means gain knowledge of God. Should have written God because I can't fit that in there. Means knowledge of God. Sanatana Dharma also encourages this. I'm going to say one more thing about Sanatana Dharma, about why it's so brilliant, and it should rule the lives of all Hindus. it shows them the way to moksha. And this is the most important goal in Hinduism, really. So, Sanatana Dharma should rule the lives of all Hindus. Because all Hindus want to get to moksha. Right, brilliant. That's why Sanatana Dharma is the best thing. Sorry, I went off the bottom there. Because I'm not looking at the screen all the time, I'm trying to concentrate on different things, so that's probably why it goes a bit wrong sometimes. That's why my handwriting's so bad as well. I can't concentrate very much. If this was the real exam, it'd look much better. Right, so that's why that's really good and does rule the lives of all Hindus. However, we need some other points. However, need to think of why it's not the most important, or why it doesn't rule the lives of all Hindus now. Sanatana Dharma may not rule the lives of all Hindus because they have other aims in life too. Okay, need to explain more about this. What do I mean, other aims in life? What other aims have they got? So for example, if a Hindu is living in a different society, modern society, they may have other pressures. For example, another Hindu aim is to make an honest living. Some of these Hindus have got honest livings to make. They can't just be meditating all the time because that doesn't pay the bills. So I might say something a bit cheeky like it's all very well preparing for moksha, but Hindu people also don't want their families to suffer. Also, got to think of another reason. That's too weak on its own. Also, other Hindus have many duties in life at different times. For example, being a student or a householder. different Hindus also have other roles to consider. Like being a worker, or a warrior. This is called. Do you remember the word that describes this? That Hindus have different responsibilities at different times of their life, depending on their stage of life and their caste as well. I know you all remember the word because it's on the tip of your tongue. It is Varna. Hopefully I'll spell it right. Shrama Dharma. This is called Varna Shrama Dharma. And this covers 2 of the 4 aims of life, which are making an honest living, and I suppose doing the karma bit as well. Enjoying life's pleasures. These are more practical than the more spiritual aims. Of Sanatana Dharma. And now I've sort of explained all that, I need to just come to my conclusion in the last paragraph. So, in conclusion, like most of these essays, you might not even care what the real answer is. I've even forgotten what the question was asking. Hang on. Sanatana Dharma rules the lives of all Hindus. Right. I don't know what I think. In conclusion, Sanatana Dharma is more important than Varna Shrama Dharma. Hopefully the examiner will know what I mean there. He should do, because I've already mentioned it up there. Sanatana Dharma is more important than Varna Shrama Dharma because now I need to think of some spiritual stuff to say to make it sound more important, because all Hindus want to be at one with Brahman. After all, the soul, or Hindus call it the Atman, is a spiritual thing, like Brahman is a spiritual thing. And so I think, for what it's worth, that Hindus should focus on spirit instead of matter or material things, because I'm so spiritual. Right, excellent. I reckon that'll probably get all the marks, hopefully. And again, when you've finished a question, just think, right, a couple of minutes left just to check. Is Shiva definitely the one that's in the Trimurti? Yes. Those are 2 aims of Hindu life? Yes, they are. Have I got 2 ways why karma influences Hindus? Yep. Where does the world come from? Brahman breathed it into existence, and Brahma made it as in conjunction with the Trimurti. Vishnu is looking after it now. Sanatana Dharma is really important for these reasons, looking after the world and stuff, and being spiritual and getting close to Brahman, leading the way to moksha. But it's not that practical. It's not as practical than for making your way in life and operating within the caste system and, you know, the social system. Varnashrama Dharma might be a better way, so maybe it shouldn't rule the lives of all Hindus. And so it's more important. It's more important to be focusing on that, to be at one with Brahman. I might add one more sentence. I'm going to go to the extra space and just put in another teaching 01.5. I want to just link it to the question and just say something like, so, because I've just said why it's important, so this is why it rules the lives of all Hindus. Because all Hindus want to follow the main Hindu duties. Why wouldn't they? Yes, right, sorted. I'll move on to the next question now. So again, go check your answers. Come and click on the next video where I'll talk about the Hindu practices. Hindu practices. That was beliefs.